SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
Never take your heart health for granted. For just $99, you can get a complete screening and know your risks. Call 601-249-5198 to schedule your Happy Healthy Heart screening at Southwest Mississippi Regional Medical Center.
Y'all Sports Radio on the airways, 102.1 Brookhaven FM, SuperTalk. We're not in the studio again. I lied. Last week we were at Lloyd Star softball practice and we had so much fun. And I said, we'll be back in the studio next week, okay? Well, that's not true, all right? Because there was we record on Tuesday afternoons, and at 4 o'clock there was a big softball game. And I said, hey, we're taking Y'all Sports Radio on the road. And Brandon, I saw the Robert Bird here earlier, and he's okay with it. And if Robert Bird's okay with it, then I'm okay with it.
Who could complain about, on-site interviews, on-site? There's a game going on right now.
You hear that in the background?
And I don't know. I hate to say there's a game because this one is pretty, and we'll talk about it in just a little bit, but this one's very one-sided. I thought I was coming to a finals game of a softball tournament. This is like a stinking home run derby.
It is. We'll talk about it in a minute. But, so we're at Wesson, Mississippi. We're at the beautiful Co-Lin Softball Complex, and we're watching Co-Lin and play Southwest Mississippi Community College. This is a NJCA Region 23 pod here in Wesson. They had 5 teams playing here, and this is the final 2 teams. Co-Lin is undefeated. If they were to lose, they would need to be beaten twice today. Southwest has 1 loss, and that loss coming to Co-Lin on Sunday. And so now we're sitting here on Tuesday, and Co-Lin has won 2 in a row to get here to this position. And Brandon, you went to Northeast Community College. Did you go watch much softball when you were a student there?
Yeah, man. Look, it's softball in community colleges, like most sports, man. It's like small schools, and most of the kids are local, and so they know a lot of the players. And so we all jumped in and supported, whether you knew 1 or 10 players. You just had your share of it and loved what was going on, and the kids, we just all got behind it. So, to make a short of it, we went to all the games for all the sports.
Well, it wasn't a whole lot going on Boonville. There's not a whole lot going on Wesson. So, I understand what you're saying. You go and you support because they come and support you on Thursday nights when you were playing. Well, I was a student at Co-Lin, Brandon, about 1 million years ago, and we were going into fast pitch, out of soft pitch, slow pitch, I should say, fast pitch, slow pitch. Mm-hmm. And we had Mr. David Smith, who was a coach here, and Johnny Williams, and that gave way to Alan Kent. And Alan Kent took us to the national tournament a couple times. And Co-Lin Softball has been a name that folks know, but in this last few years, they've become a national brand. Co-Lin has won 2 out of the last 3 NJCA national championships. We had Coach Malia Howard on the show earlier this year. Pretty impressive, isn't she?
Oh, man, just from top to bottom, man, just how she structures her program and how she executes that program, man, it's just outstanding. She does such a great job. And, look, her players love her. And,
you can see it.
Man, just being on site today and just seeing the excitement and all the enthusiasm, man, there's something special going on here.
It really is, Brandon. And there was a lot of excitement earlier when I was running around. You're going to hear an interview with Coach Ken Jackson. He's the athletic director at Southwest. You're going to hear that later in the show. You're going to hear me talk to my great friend, Brian Noble, who is the athletic director here at Co-Lin. You're going to hear me talk to Dr. Dwayne Middleton and talk a little bit of Co-Lin with the president. And while all that was going on, Brandon, this game got started, and Co-Lin was just launching balls out of the yard. You walked up when the first one got hit, but then you were in the bleachers for the next 4, I think, right?
Look, I told your beautiful wife, Angela, I felt like
big time Co-Lin fan, baseball, softball fan.
I said, I feel like I'm at a Catholic church service. I keep standing up and sitting down and standing because every time somebody hit a home run, of course, everybody stands up with excitement. Look, before my bottom hit the seat, when I got into the bleachers, there was a home run.
Yes.
And then guess what? Here comes another and another. And 6 total in the first inning. That's super exciting.
6 runs, 5 home runs.
Yep.
Somebody looked it up, and they said the record was 7. We hit 5. Oklahoma has hit 5 before.
Wow.
I said that Malia's like the Patty Gasso of Oklahoma's great coach. She's like the Patty Gasso of junior college. So as Brandon and I are talking, we're doing a little flash forward right here. It's 7-0 Co-Lin. Southwest is batting in the top of the third. And, Brandon, when we talked about this year's team on the show with Malia, she said, we're athletic, we're fast. I didn't think they would break the Co-Lin home run record. That was in the 60s. A couple weeks ago, they broke the record. Now they're in the 80s. I think they're creeping towards the 90s. And Brandon, these aren't just huge girls, right?
So when you think multiple home runs and record-setting home runs, you would think maybe a little wider in the hip, a little stronger in the legs, bigger upper bodies. Look, these girls, it's like they're swinging that bat from their toes to the top of their head, and it's exciting seeing the ball come off the bat, man. It's just you're right, not very big, kind of small, but I tell you what they do have. They have an outstanding strength and conditioning coach.
Christian Brown. If your strength and conditioning coach isn't a soldier, as we see Emily Williams make an amazing catch, It's like Web Gym Central over here.
Hey, listen. A strength program is important, and if you don't believe that, you come watch the Co-Lin girls play softball because they're getting everything out of their bodies swinging that bat, and man, just home run central out here.
Breeley Phillips is she's a graduate of Newton County High School. She came over here and played. She recently committed to Northwestern State. She's going to fork them over there with the Demons in the Southland Conference. The catcher, Morgan Chisholm, she's a Madison Central graduate. She's going to Southeastern Louisiana after this. Here's a cool thing about this program, Brandon, that I talk about every year. They have lots of girls that are really talented, like their pitcher, Addison Lindley. She's going to go to state. She's going to be a student. She wants to focus on her academics. Last year, they had a great outfielder, Carson Huey from Lloyd Star. She could have gone and played at a bunch of places, but she got accepted to nursing school at the W. So it's not just that they're good students. Good players are also freaking awesome students as well.
Oh, man. And that's what matters at the end of the day. They'll always have their softball memories, but where the rubber meets the road is what did I do with my time while I was in college? Did I make the most of it in the classroom as well? And so clearly you see that. And again, it always goes back to program. What kind of program is Coach Howard running? And it's student athlete first.
We're gonna keep talking about Co-Lin softball here in a minute. We're gonna go out to the deck out there. The junior correspondent Graham Fur has been there since we pulled up. It's a deck. There's some dads. There's some Co-Lin students. There's also a 14-year-old that lives at my house, and they're out there and they're watching the game from the deck. And Brandon, every time a home run's been hit, they've popped off a firework, and I've heard they might have to send somebody to go get the re-up.
Hey, listen, I told Angela while in the bleachers, listen, they're probably going to run out of artillery shells out there, and somebody's going to have to go get their shotgun.
No, listen, if I know one thing about Weston, somebody's got artillery shells around here.
Yeah,
somebody over on Spring Street has got artillery shells. Well, look, we were at Lloyd Star last week, and I want to recap how the Lady Hornets have done. They've got some exciting news. So, and Brandon, I've gotten a lot of great feedback about your video that we filmed of you batting off Layla Burt. Yeah. People are saying, they're like, we want to see Brandon doing more feats of strength. Yeah. Would you be into that?
You're going to have to let me get back in the weight room and do a little conditioning thing. I'm going to go get Coach Christian over there and tell him to put me on a strength program, and then holler at me after that. I'm out. I'm out. There's no chance. I'm out.
Angela went to Coach Christian one time and asked for some nutritional advice, and he was like, well, first of all, you got to eat less. And she's like, I don't think I like that too much, but that's why I've stayed away from him. Yeah, so you got some hits off Layla Burt. And, you hit one to first and it was an out. Now, you put one out of the yard earlier. I think the video just cut out on that one.
Well, I watched the first one come by. I wanted to know what I was getting myself into. Better yet, what you were putting me into, because let me remind the listeners, I was not prepared for that. I was actually in my khakis. I just got off work. You know, being a State Farm agent, we have to wear khakis. So I went out to the field.
That's a rule?
Yeah. Unwritten. And so, and then Cliff tells me, he says, hey, you're going to ask these questions. We're going to do this, have some fun with the girls. And then at the end, you're going to take some pictures from Layla. And I said, man, I can't bend over. I thought he wanted me to catch and just like, and he said, no, you're going to hit. And I said, not a chance. He said, oh, it'll be fun. Well, my back's been hurting ever since.
Well, you did a good job, man. You did better than I would have done because
you say it. I did better than you thought, and that's what you were going to say.
No.
I know I look unathletic these days, just doing my best over here. Anyway,
no, you did great, and the reason that I wasn't hitting off of Layla Burt is because I've been universally known my whole life as the worst B minor player in Brookhaven history. So that was fun. We've had offers of hard throwing high school pitchers to throw to you on a baseball field, and we'll maybe schedule that for later. But Lloyd Star started their game, Brandon. They started on Thursday, and they were up 1-0, and everything was looking good over Clarkdale, and then all of a sudden the rain comes, and Layla couldn't grab that thing. Kaylin was having a hard time seeing it come towards her, and Clarkdale scores 3 runs off no hits, and they call the game after the second inning. And I tell you what, Brandon, I thought to myself, boy, I bet there's some devastated girls going home tonight. Well, then what do? They turn around on Saturday and they win 8-3. That Lloyd Star team's got some grit.
Hey, listen, from the top to the bottom, the coaches to the players, man, what do you do?
Another home run. Oh, my gosh, he almost hit the hit me side. We're going out there to get the hit it here guy. We're going to get an interview with him in a minute.
I think they used to give out free drinks here for home runs. If you brought it back, they will be out of drinks today if that were the case. But no, so, Coach, what do you do in a unfortunate situation? Well, you make the – there you go. If you could hear that, that's the fireworks, and that might be his last one. All right, so you make the most of a bad situation. When each player and coach goes home that night, it's like, hey, we have a huge task ahead of us. It's an unfortunate situation. And then, hey, so what? Now what? What are we going to do? And guess what? They got it done.
They got it done. They went over on the Lord's Day and played Game 2 and won at Clarkdale on Sunday. That would have been illegal 20 years ago. And then, and so now they're on to the next round. They're on to South State. They're waiting for a game tonight. They've been thinking it was going to be Puckett, but Puckett is playing maybe Enterprise Clark or somebody like that, and so they got to wait on that one to see if it's going to be them. And also, Brandon, tonight as we're watching this later tonight, we've got Bogachita baseball playing in a Game 3. They beat Stringer 19-1 last night.
Wow! How about that?
In a Game 2. So go Bobcats. So look, we're going to take a break. We're going to send it to a commercial break. We want to thank our sponsors: Bank of Brookhaven, Toyota of Brookhaven, Brandon Shamatara State Farm Insurance, Sam Ballard with Good Hope Land and Timber. And then when this thing goes to a podcast form, you'll be able to listen to Brandon and I talk at this softball home run derby that we're at, and that's thanks to our friends at Juan Seed Store, reminding you always they are more than a seed store at Juan's. When we come back on Y'all Sports Radio, we're going into the outfield deck, and we're going to talk to the guy holding the sign that says hit it here. They've almost nailed him multiple times today. Next on Y'all Sports Radio.
At Toyota of Brookhaven, we treat every car and every customer like family. From quick oil changes to certified warranty repairs, we keep your Toyota running like new. We keep you informed with transparent multi-point inspections and expert advice you can trust. Need a fresh start? Our detail team can bring back that new car shine. Toyota of Brookhaven, your trusted hometown choice.
This is State Farm Agent Brandon Shamataro, and I take tremendous pride in being a good neighbor. This means being a leader in our community and serving the people in it. I'm dedicated to helping our customers by offering the best coverage at the lowest price possible. We promise to do our best to help. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
working together to create a better tomorrow. Hey, this is Shannon Aker for Bank of Brookhaven. We work every day to try and make Brookhaven and Lincoln County an even better place to raise a family and work and just do life with the people you know and love. Let us help you with life's journey. Remember, friends, for over 25 years now, at Bank of Brookhaven, it's all about you. Bank of Brookhaven, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, we're back. Brandon Shomataro here, ready to do a little interview with some enthusiastic Wolves fans. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and I got some questions for them.
Connor Cunningham. I'm from Lloyd Star Attendance Center.
Nathan Mills from Lloyd Star Attendance Center.
Knox Leggett from Lloyd Star.
John Beasley from Brookhaven Academy.
Oh, good to meet you guys. Hey, listen, so when the game started today, tell me what you guys thought. Would you think that the Wolves will make quick work of this, or do you think this was going to be a game?
Well, we were on the golf course earlier, and we were kind of just hanging around. And we knew when we were showing up to the park that it was going to be a 5-inning game, honestly.
What do you think, Mills?
I thought we were going to put up more home runs in the first inning than 5, but it is what it is.
Well, at least they're trying, you know.
I mean, Southwest has got a good team this year. I mean, I thought it was going to be a good game.
He's a legend. He's a legend.
Hey, appreciate the coach speak. Keep that at home. All right.
I thought it was quick work. We're playing Southwest.
Yeah. Well, hey, I like it.
Edit that out.
Yeah, we'll edit that. All right, so, hey, listen, favorite player on the team?
I guess I'm going to have to go with number 8, the second baseman, Emily Williams.
I don't have a favorite player.
Okay.
That pitcher's pretty good. 23, Addison Lindley.
That first baseman's like the best. Number 6.
Yeah. All right, girlfriends. Those are all
right.
girlfriends.
Well, hey, great job, guys. Listen, trivia question. After they win today, what happens next?
We're going to load up in a car, and we're going to head to Spartanburg, South Carolina. Well, actually, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We got the Region 23 Championship one day this week, and then we get in the car and go to Spartanburg, South Carolina.
True fans there, Cliff. Got to appreciate that.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about. Just let me know.
Does your bank have trouble making a decision? This is Shannon Aker with Bank of Brookhaven. All of our decisions are made right here at home by people you know and trust, and those decisions are made quickly. We think that's important and helpful. So if your bank is having trouble making a decision, come see us today at Bank of Brookhaven. And remember, friends, for over 25 years now at Bank of Brookhaven, it's all about you. Remember, FDIC, equal housing lender.
Trust the experts at Good Hope Land and Timber, your full-service land and timber company with years of experience in forestry and land management. From land and timber purchasing, timber management, plantation thinning, and development harvesting, our team handles it all. Our experienced logging force is trained to the highest standards under the Sustainable Forestry Initiative and best management practices. Call Sam Ballard today at 601-669-5999. Good Hope Land and Timber, locally trusted, landowner approved.
We're proud to share some big news with our community. Toyota Brookhaven is the first dealership in Southwest Mississippi to earn the Distinguished Toyota President's Award.
This is Toyota's highest honor, recognizing dealerships that go above and beyond with customer satisfaction, sales performance, service, and overall operations.
What makes this award truly special is you. From all of us at Toyota Brookhaven, thank you. This award belongs to you. Toyota Brookhaven, your trusted hometown choice.
What's up, y'all? It's Cliff with Y'all Sports Radio, and I'm here at Co-Lin. We're watching the Region Pod Championship, Southwest and Co-Lin. Game's just getting started. I caught up with my friend Ken Jackson. He's the athletic director at Southwest Mississippi Community College. Coach, just came into this week, had never won a postseason game in softball. Now the girls won 3 this week, all in really thrilling fashion. What's it been like for the folks in Summit this week?
It's been great. First of all, since they've gone to this format, which was about 3 or 4 years ago, we'd won some games in the tournaments and in the state tournament and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of region, when they went to this, we haven't had opportunity to get there and win ball games. But they've come in this weekend and rain delay play Thursday, pushed them back to Saturday, and the girls just came up here and had a mindset they were going to come up here and make some noise, and that's what we talk about all the time with our kids. A lot of times, there's 1,000 games going on, and there's going to be upsets. Why can't it be us?
Yeah.
Why not? We came up here, took care of our business with Hines, and in the play-in game, and then. Ran into a buzzsaw with Co-Lin and then turned around, and then won 2 big games yesterday. So,
hey, anytime you beat LSU Eunice in softball, you're happy about that, right? And then the game against Northwest last night, as I'm watching that, there's so many times where it looks like Northwest is going to creep back in, and the Lady Bears were just able to keep them at arm's distance all night.
Absolutely. I coached baseball at Southwest for 16 years.
And Park Lane, don't sell yourself short.
Well, I was going away with LSU Eunice, with Jeff Willis, and they have a great program down there, and they've been a perennial powerhouse. And anytime you can beat them in anything, because they don't play by the same rules we
That's
play.
Right.
That's the bottom line.
That's right.
But they are good, and we respect them. But to come in yesterday, they come in here and go 2 in the barbecue, and they're going home. and the way we creep back and beat Northwest last night, the girls just determined.
I think that when this is all said and done, we'll have names like Allie Ladnier and Tristan Allen. Those names will live forever in Southwest athletics for what they've done this week.
Absolutely.
Right?
There's several names out there, and those girls are just they've performed all year long like this, and they set records left and right, and with wins and home runs and things like that, and I'm tickled over to where our softball program is going.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get into. I watched pretty closely last year, and I know that they battled injuries. I was at Co-Lin Southwest in Summit, and I saw, Coach Johnson have to put people that really weren't pitchers out there to pitch. It's just been a great payoff season after that, right? The softball and athletics as a whole at Southwest feels like there's just a lot of upward momentum, right?
It is. We're proud of what's going on. We got facilities going up left and right, and teams are getting better every day. So excuse me. The big thing about the softball team is, they have fought through some injuries. We got girls who are having to get up every morning, get in the training room before classes, and then come back to the training room after lunch, and then go to practice. And they're beat up. There ain't no doubt, but they have gutted through this weekend, and I'm tickled to death with them.
Yeah, and like you said, lots of awesome things going on in athletics. Can't wait to see Coach Les George in football season number 2. And if folks don't realize, we got Bo Wallace as an offensive coordinator. Terrence Cody returned on that staff. Brought Blake Frazier back. Lost some guys, replaced some guys. And like you said, the facilities are amazing, Coach. That baseball facility down there, Alumni Field, is something that folks in Southwest Mississippi all around should be proud of.
We're excited about that, and then people don't realize what's going on. In South Carolina, Sumter, South Carolina, our tennis team made the nationals for the first time ever, and
Coach Clower doing a great job.
We got 2 girls is now in the finals of the consolation side, and one girl, a doubles team is in the finals of the consolation side. So, we're building, and Coach Clower was doing a great job with the girls, and we're tickled to death with it.
Yeah, great times at Southwest. Coach, I appreciate you giving me a minute, and we're gonna catch up with that rascal Brian Noble from Co-Lin here in a minute. But we appreciate Coach Ken Jackson his time on Y'all Sports Radio.
Thank
you. All right, Y'all Sports Radio, and we are on the scene at the NJCA Region 23 Pod Championship here at Co-Lin. You heard me talk earlier with Coach Ken Jackson. He's the athletic director at Southwest Mississippi. I walked around. I knew right where my friend Brian Noble, the athletic director at Co-Lin, would be. Brian was on the phone. He was busy. While Brian was on the phone, Co-Lin has now hit 5 home runs. They lead 6-0. All 5 of their hits are home runs, all singles, but one 2-run jack. And so, Brian, you've been around athletics a long time. You've coached. You've been an administrator. Have you ever seen anything like this run that Co-Lin Softball has been on these last 3-4 years?
I tell you what, it seeks to amaze me, because every time I think it can't be better than the year before, Coach Howard gets a team and proves me wrong.
Yeah, Well,
Proves everybody wrong,
yeah,
right?
yeah, and she came on Y'all Sports Radio. She was one of our first guests on Y'all Sports Radio, and when we talked to her, she said, this team's athletic, they're fast. They broke the home run record. I think they're getting close to 90. It might be 100 before this thing's all said and done, the year said and done, and it was 60-something. Let me ask you this. Do you enjoy the administrative parts of your job where you have to deal with helping plan these trips, and we're going out of state, we're going to go to Spartanburg, South Carolina? It's got to be enjoyable in some ways, right?
Well, for the third or fourth year in a row, we're good at hosting these events now. We've got tents and tables set up on both ends. Our employees love it. As far as the World Series atmosphere, our region is so good, it makes us so much better at those World Series that we're ready to play.
Yeah.
And I tell you again, Coach Howard does it every year where she gets the best out of her players.
Yeah.
And,
And I want to touch on that, Brian, because imagine you were an assistant coach at Co-Lin for baseball. You were the head coach at Mississippi Delta earlier in your career. Imagine a pitcher in baseball like Addison Lindley. She threw 6 innings last year in 2 appearances, and now this year she's our ace. In the world we live in today, wouldn't a lot of kids just pack it up and try to go somewhere else?
There's no doubt, but they have such a team bond. She preaches. They do so much stuff together at restaurants, at homes, at team parties, in the dorm. They love each other.
That's right.
They love Coach Howard, Coach Bill, Coach Bauer, and that's half the battle. And I think she stuck it out last year, and she's been dominant this year, and we love her to death.
Feels like everybody's just waiting their turn for their chance, and as a fan, it makes it exciting to come and see who's going to step up every year.
They're just glad to be part of it. You know, those freshmen that don't play very much, they know their time's coming because they've helped this team no matter what, and whatever attribute it is.
Well, Brian and I are talking. It's still the first inning. Co-Lin leads 6-0. Now we are on our 3rd pitcher of the game for Southwest. I believe that might be Ballard Craft. And yeah, so it looks like Co-Lin is in position to win this thing, and then on to a regional final. Will that be on Saturday, Brian?
Well, we got to sit down and look at the weather. Obviously, we got to play either Pearl River Northeast. I haven't checked on that score, but if we
I heard Pearl River was up.
If we do win this, it'll be here. Last year we had this thing on a Saturday, had a great crowd, but we got to look at the weather. The deadline's Sunday, so we just got to get in for Sunday.
Yeah. A couple of years ago it was on Sunday, and that was my wife is a rabid Co-Lin fan, softball fan, and that was on Sunday, and we lost on Mother's Day to Jones, and that's been about the worst Mother's Day of her life.
It was. No comment.
Brian, man, appreciate you. Appreciate the job you do.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll be back on Y'all Sports Radio with somebody else. We're going to see if we can get Dr. Dwayne Middleton. I see him up in the box. Maybe I'll go ask him his thoughts on the Co-Lin start as they lead this game 6-0. Next on Y'all Sports Radio.
At Toyota of Brookhaven, we treat every car and every customer like family. From quick oil changes to certified warranty repairs, we keep your Toyota running like new. We keep you informed with transparent multi-point inspections and expert advice you can trust. Need a fresh start? Our detail team can bring back that new car shine. Toyota of Brookhaven, your trusted hometown choice.
Welcome to Juan Seed Store, your go-to spot for all your farming and agriculture needs right here in Brookhaven. Located at 636 Greenview Trail, we're much more than just a seed store. Discover our extensive selection of plated dog collars and Garmin collar systems while you're here. Don't forget to grab your feed and treats for your furry friends. Shop with us Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Juan Seed Store, where we're so much more than just a seed store.
Does your bank really know you? This is Shannon Aker at Bank of Brookhaven. We take the time to get to know our customers and clients, providing the products you need to make banking easier. Whether it's a loan, remote deposit, or online banking, we're the bank that you can count on that knows you. Remember, friends, for over 25 years now at Bank of Brookhaven, it's all about you. Bank of Brookhaven, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
right, we're back on Y'all Sports Radio, and I am at the Co-Lin Regional watching Co-Lin and Southwest play in this pod championship. I call it my buddy Dr. Dwayne Middleton. Coach, we came in here to the room that Malia brings in to show the recruits off. There's a big old pile of rings sitting over there, and it looks like this Co-Lin softball thing is just going to keep rolling, right?
Man, we're having a great year. As you can see, we done hit 5 home runs. That's exciting, man. It's very exciting. Yeah, you do see the rings, the gear. So Co-Lin is
kind of sells itself, right?
Yeah, we're on top of the world right now. I'm excited for the team. I'm excited for the coaches. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, and just thinking about success at this level, you coached at this level. You know that when you get to the top, you've constantly got folks trying to knock you off. What is it about Coach Howard and her ability to kind of connect with these girls year in and year out?
Man, I think she's gritty. Coach Howard's very gritty. I think she pushes her players. She have high expectations for her athletes that she brings in. She does a great job. And I think the players really respect her. You know, you got to get on that level. You know, I asked her one day, I said, tell me what it is. Why y'all so loose? And she said, I let them do what they have to do. You know, I don't have to make changes when they're doing it at a high level. So, you know, in basketball, a
little bit different than me and you being in the locker room with Dennis Sims before we played the game.
I'm not going to talk about Dennis.
Coach, Dr. Middleton and I both were assistant coaches for Dennis Sims early in our life, and I can promise you, wasn't anybody dancing in our dressing room before we went out and played. But yeah, I think you're right, Coach. I think that the way that they prepare and they go about, and you don't see her doing a whole lot of fussing. I think that happens in practice, right?
Coaching happens in practice. You know, we've seen it time and time again. You know, she has intense practices. Her practices are like game situations.
Yep.
I've watched. I think she does a great job. I think.
So we're getting here to the end of the athletic year, and let's just think back to the year that we've had here at Co-Lin. Football loses in the state championship game. As much as we hate that, there's 14 teams in the state, and we're one of the final 2 get playing against a Northwest team or the semifinal, I should say, playing against a Northwest team that went on and won the state championship. And so baseball is on the way up. We're looking for a women's basketball coach right now, but men's basketball had a great year. First-year coach Randy Bolden. Baseball's playing a regional right now. Tennis is still playing. Golf has had some success. Man, it's been a great year in Weston, hasn't it?
It's been a really great year, but I'm going to tell you, again, it's expectations.
Yep.
I think our coaches got the right mindset. That's football, basketball, baseball, tennis, golf, all the way up through all our sports. And I think all our programs are succeeding because, you know, what these players are doing. Yeah.
And the facilities don't hurt. I mean, the football field has never looked better. The baseball complex has never looked better. This is a beautiful complex that we have here. It really helps when we're drawing those kids in, right?
Yes, we have had high expectations for that too. As a college, we're looking forward to new and better things for our students, athletes in our area. And we're working hard to get those accommodations, like our new gym that we're working on.
That's right. Hey, I can't wait. Tell me this. Do you think about it all day, every day, or just about half the day?
I actually think about it every day, every night. It's not, it's not a thought. I think about this all the time. I want everybody to know that this is, high level stuff that we're trying to do here at Co-Lin. We want student athletes to know and believe in what we're trying to do.
Well, you look around the state and people aren't just building gyms right and left. Raymond built one recently. Mississippi Gulf Coast built one. But it's not just because it is the world we live in, right? It's such an expensive project. And you've been fighting for funding every which way you can get it, right?
Yep, that's right. Our legislators do a great job of providing us funding. I have to agree to that. Hats off, we can accept more at any time. But we get creative at Co-Lin. We're writing grants. That's how we got some funding for the gymnasium. We have great legislators in our area. We got funding from Cindy I. Smith, funding from Benny Thompson, funding from our local legislators here in the area. So not only on the state level, but the federal level, we receive funding.
That's right. So folks like Jason Barrett and Becky Curry, they know what, and Vince Mangold, they know what we need.
Andy Berry, Vince,
that's right. But then also it's pretty good to have Cindy Hyde Smith.
Holloway.
Yeah.
we got so many. I got to shout out to all of them. And if I forgot you.
Hey, don't take it personal. You spend a lot of time up there in the Capitol, don't you, advocating for community colleges?
Yes, I do. All community college presidents do. I think it's important for people to know that community college is a great place. We have a lot to offer our students in all areas in the state of Mississippi. So hopefully everybody will jump on board and we'll get the funding that we drastically need need to move the community college in the right direction.
All right, so this is one of our impromptu. We came to the game and we're filming content for this show, but I want to have you back on the show for real soon, and we could get into those Franklin County days when you could jump out of the gym.
No, I can't jump anymore. That's over. That's over.
But we can talk about that. Maybe you could tell some Chris Jordan stories.
I got a lot of those.
You got a lot of those. And we could talk about maybe rank the greatest O'Quinns in Franklin County history. That would be that might be tough. Might need you to help me out on that.
I don't want Ricky to be mad at me. I don't want to upset Ricky.
Yeah. But and I think I also really want to have you on, Dr. Middleton, because I want people to hear, your story from starting out as a assistant coach and upward bound coordinator here to the president of the college. And, I look at my life and I think, man, if I had not come to Co-Lin, I don't know where my life would have gone. I bet you're the same way, right?
Oh, yeah, hands down. So I'm looking forward to being on your show again. I'm about to get back to this game.
Yeah,
we're going to have a great time.
That's it. That's right. It's Dr. Dwayne Middleton on Y'all Sports Radio, and we'll be back with Brandon when we come back from the break.
Do you have confidence in your bank? This is Shannon Aker with Bank of Brookhaven. You can have confidence in our bank that when you call, someone will actually answer the phone. We know that good, friendly service can go a long way to give you confidence to do the things you need to do. So come by and see us today. We'd love to talk to you at Bank of Brookhaven. Remember, for over 25 years now at Bank of Brookhaven, it's all about you. Bank of Brookhaven, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We're proud to share some big news with our community. Toyota Brookhaven is the first dealership in Southwest Mississippi to earn the Distinguished Toyota President's Award.
This is Toyota's highest honor, recognizing dealerships that go above and beyond with customer satisfaction, sales performance, service, and overall operations.
What makes this award truly special is you. From all of us at Toyota Brookhaven, thank you. This award belongs to you. Toyota Brookhaven, your trusted hometown choice.
All right, Y'all Sports Radio. I'm here with sophomore catcher Morgan Chisholm. Lady Wolves are victorious 10-2 in a pod championship game. Morgan, when the season started, did you think you guys were going to break the program home run record by over 20 at this point of the year?
We did not. We didn't even know we had a chance, if we're being completely honest.
When I talked to Coach Mel before the season, she said, we're going to be athletic, we're going to be fast, but the power, where's the power come from?
You know what? The power has come from our hard work. If you look at us, we don't look like your normal home run hitting team, but hard work has been put in, and that's what's gotten our home run record.
Yeah, Stella had one today. Breeley had one. Surprise. Look, I had a hard time keeping up. There were 5 of them in the first inning. Tell me about the dugout during that run.
Immaculate. When that happens, it goes crazy. That's what we want. That's what we said coming out of today. We were like, you know what? We didn't hit any yesterday. Let's make up for it today, and that's exactly what happened.
They were flying out of the yard. One of them almost hit the guy who has the hit it here sign. That'd have been really awesome. Look, you have got a future in college softball. You're going to go play for those mighty Southeastern Louisiana Lions. I bet you want to keep this going as long as you can here at Weston, right?
Absolutely. I'm not ready to let this go just yet.
And last year as a freshman, you split starts with Stella catching on that national championship team. What is it about Coach Mel that just has this program so hot right now?
Yeah, she reminds us daily that pressure is a privilege, and we're not just okay with being okay. She pushes us to be our best, and we work hard for her. We want the best for our program, and we want to show out for her.
Y'all Sports Radio, and I've got a couple local girls here with me. Abby Burnett, Emily Williams. Abby, you went to Lloyd Star. Emily, you went to North Pike. How many games did you play against each other growing up? Well, you went to North Pike before you came to Lloyd Star. So y'all just grew up on the ball field together?
Pretty much. We played travel ball together all our lives, too.
We were in different classifications for high school ball, so we didn't really play against each other then. But we played travel ball together for our whole life.
Yeah, whole life. So when did you first start talking about both coming to Co-Lin, Abby?
Around my freshman year is when they started talking to us, and then my sophomore year is when I decided to play.
Yeah, about the same time. Like, they came to all of most of our home games. Like, they were dug deep into our.
And as a freshman, right? Like, and I knew that from when Madison Moat and Abby Grace Richardson were talking. Like, Coach Mel was at your games from a young age, right?
Absolutely, all the time.
All right, so you come here, and last year you split starts at second base, and you win a national championship as freshmen. Describe that in a couple words for me.
Well, you just gave me chills if that says anything.
Yeah, it was great. No words can explain.
I was there. I was standing amongst the boys, screaming and hollering last year. So now we moved to this season, and we started this radio show off. We had Coach Mel on, and we said, "Hey, describe this team this year." And she said, "They're going to be athletic. They're going to be fast." She didn't say you were going to hit almost 100 home runs. So tell me about where the powers come from.
To be honest, I think it surprised all of us a little bit because we kind of thought we'd be more speed, more base hits, and then just everybody in our lineup and more have hit home runs.
Yeah.
We practice hitting home runs at practice, so that feeds into the game. And just the fact that we can get a bunt down and beat it out and also hit a home run the next at bat just says a lot.
So y'all just have a dingers drill where you just get up there and try to hit them out of the yard.
Yes.
Well, the first thing, okay, so raise your hand if you hit a home run today, okay? I thought you got one. You didn't get one. You're that close.
This close.
Oh my God, idiot! Listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry because when they were just going, whoa, I was
6 of them, was it not?
Yeah. Man, that's really Phillips.
She's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, there's no such thing as a ball too high for her, right? She just whacks that thing out. All right, so look, great fan support here. Just tell me about what it's been like to play and have these special years in the
It really is something special, especially to be this close to home and a lot of my high school fans to be able to come here and watch. It's just another level of just amazing.
I pulled you away from the Lloyd Star Lady Hornets. They were here watching. The cool thing for you got a little sister who's going to come play one day, right?
I've been telling her, like, this is the place to be. Like, she's going to love it.
You heard it here first, y'all. I think we got any better for y'all Sports Radio. Girls, thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
All right. I figured I'd do one more segment with a player before I talk to Coach Mel here. Who better than the queen of the track, herself, Really, what's the whole run count up to
21.
21. I think the record's 24. She's coming for you, Abby Grace. Really, talk to me about that first season.
Oh, it was crazy. We were all like, is this even real? It was crazy.
Balls were flying out. You guys look like Oklahoma there for a minute. I was talking to Abby earlier, and she was telling me that you guys do a drill where you try to hit home runs. Tell me about that.
Oh, we do 5 hard cuts, and normally I like to go last because when we hit home runs, it's -1. So when I go last, I try to go 5 for 5. There was one time that I went 6 for 6 to get us no running.
That's why your teammates love you.
Yeah.
Look, you're from another part of the state. You're from Newton County. Tell me about when you first remember hearing about Co-Lin.
There was people from my school that transferred from different schools just to go to Co-Lin, and they said it was the best thing ever, and that it was always fun, it was always a party, and it was just the best thing ever.
And so, yeah, when Coach Howard starts recruiting you, was it easy for you to come over here, take a visit, and commit to Co-Lin?
Oh yeah, they actually were looking at me since I was in like the 8th grade. Like they knew me since I was very young, and all the other coaches knew I was probably going to go to Co-Lin because I was just the perfect fit.
Tell me what you liked about Northwestern State. You recently committed to them. That's a beautiful town over there, if folks don't know, right?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful, but I like it because it's very similar to Co-Lin. The coaches are amazing. They like to have fun. They're just a good team, and it just felt like home.
Felt like home, but hey, we still got a little bit of softball left to play for Co-Lin, right?
Yes, sir. I'll be here for the rest of the season. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and so we'll see you in Spartanburg, South Carolina. That's Breeley Phillips, sophomore infielder from Newton
County.
Yeah, but Conehatta. Don't ask me to spell it, Breeley.
Are you coming?
You can hear the victory celebration music being played here at Lady Wolves softball complex. I'm here with the winning coach, Malia Howard. Coach, the girls win it 10-2 today over Southwest. I've been asking everybody, you ever seen anything like that first inning today?
I do not think I've ever seen that many home runs in the first inning, but I can't ask for a better way to start the game.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Addison Lindley was over there, the pitcher, and she was just loving it, right?
Oh, she was absolutely loving it. As a pitcher, you love getting some insurance runs, and especially when it's exciting like that.
So we talked back. You were a guest. You were one of the very first guests we ever had on Y'all Sports Radio, and we talked and we asked you, hey, what's the team going to look like this year? And you said we're going to be athletic, we're going to be fast. You didn't say we're going to hit more home runs than any team in school history.
Well, I really didn't know that. So I'm very excited about it. It's a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. Breeley Phillips is inching closer and closer to that single-season home run record. When you've got somebody like Yachty Van Blaircon batting first and Breeley Bratton batting second, it's surely nowhere for the opposing pitcher to put them, right?
Yeah, and they don't get the bunt out very much. We like to swing it.
Yeah, we're not bunting. But
they can though.
Yeah,
they can.
And that's what Brandon and I were talking today. My friend Brandon came with me and he watched, and he said, it's not like they're these just big girls. Some of Breeley just the way she hammers that thing, it's like she swings from the bottom of her feet, right?
Oh, they put every ounce of their body into it, for sure.
They told me you got a drill where they practice hitting home runs. So that must be a lot of fun.
Well, you can't practice something. I mean, you can't expect to do something if you don't practice it. So, we practice hitting home runs.
That's makes sense to me.
I mean, yeah.
So we're moving on. We don't know. Is Pearl River won yet?
I believe so.
Okay,
I believe so. I have not talked to them. I'm really not sure what the plan is just yet. Once I talk to their coach, we'll figure it out.
So we're sitting here. This is going to air Wednesday morning on SuperTalk 102.1 FM in Brookhaven. We'll have it as a podcast later as well. But you're gonna, you're gonna play at some point later this week. There is some rain, so like you said, just people need to watch, and that's all going to be to be determined, right?
Yes, yeah. We will get that information out there. For our host site and their host site, the biggest thing is we just got to punch our ticket because that's the most important thing right now. And we did that, so we can take a deep breath. But yeah, once we know that, I'll definitely get that information out there.
Yeah, I was talking to Brian Noble earlier. He was talking about just the atmosphere and how fun it is for us at Co-Lin to host these regional pods like this. I mean, 4 o'clock on a Tuesday, what a crowd.
Oh, what a crowd, and we have the fireworks going off, and, we just want it to be a fun environment for people to come out and watch. We definitely don't want anybody to come to our ball game and be bored.
No.
But I will tell you, Co-Lin comes together, and they help put a really good regional tournament on, and, I just have to thank everybody that had a part in it.
How fun is it to know you're going back to Spartanburg, South Carolina, a place that you won the first national championship in program history? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of emotions there going back to those places, right?
Yeah, but we're really excited to get back. I actually love the national tournament because you get to play a bunch of teams that you haven't seen. They don't really know a whole lot about you. We don't know a whole lot about them, so it's kind of like a blank slate, and you just go play.
Just go play and have fun along the way. Your girls, you guys have fun, and you're not going to go alone. I was out in the outfield earlier. Knox Leggett, Connor Cunningham, some of those boys, they're already planning their trip, so the fans are going to come too, right?
Well, I told them earlier, they're our 10th man. They're out there, and we love to have them, and the girls just really appreciate their support. But, there's no place like Co-Lin.
Hey, I want to keep you just a little bit longer for one thing. I want you to talk about this, okay? Addison Lindley, I talked to Brian about this earlier. What a story, Coach, of a kid that gets 2 appearances last year, I think 6 combined innings, but yet she knew her time was going to come. And we just live in this world where people talk about transfer portal and jumping to this program to that program. How do you keep those kids, those freshmen, let them know, hey, your day is going to come if you do the work?
Well, they just understand that the expectations are really high and that, hey, I have to be able to trust you. And if there's any lack of trust, then it's hard for me to put you out there. So they spend a ton of time freshman year working in practice and in scrimmages and live scenarios, just working on getting stronger, getting better. And a lot of it is the mental side. You got to be able to handle the pressure mentally. And, Addison is a great human being, great person, super, just a Christian leader. I tell her all the time, she has influenced me in ways that she doesn't even know. So she makes me a better person. Okay. I think we go good together because we are very different. And, it's a lot of fun, but I'm just really proud of the young lady and the ball player she's become.
Yeah, and she's junior correspondent Graham Furr's a huge fan of hers as well. Like you said, because just a great kid. Yeah, and I think one thing that Dr. Moulton even mentioned this when we were talking earlier is, hey, you guys do so much together outside of softball that even when you're a freshman, you're not getting to play a whole lot. You know that, like, hey, this is my family. We're still tight, right?
Oh, absolutely. And that's the thing, me and Amber are both moms, and Terry, he's a daddy and a grandfather, and so we care about them as people, not just as players. So I think that goes a long way too. When your players know that you care about them and you got their back no matter what, they'll play and they're going to give you everything they've got.
Well, I think I'm going to have to wind up going. I got to look at my schedule. I'm probably going to have to wind up being in Spartanburg, South Carolina at some point.
Absolutely.
If I didn't, Angela Furr would divorce me and start them sports to compete against us because she's such a huge softball fan. That's Coach Malia Howard, fresh off winning this pod championship over Southwest, and we'll let you know when they play Pearl River later this week. Coach, thanks for talking with me. Thanks for being on Y'all Sports Radio again.
Glad to have you.
All right. First ever 2 times, yes. All right, we're back on Y'all Sports Radio, and I caught up with Coach Shay Johnson. And, Coach, your girls suffered a 10-2 loss today to a good Co-Lin team in this pod championship, but it's been a heck of a week for Southwest.
It's been a great week, to come in as a 9 seed and play in the championship game. We ran out of gas. We had to come out of losing bracket. We beat 2 ranked teams yesterday, sent LSU Heat home, 2 straight losses, and then we sent home, Northwest, and I think...
The ranked Northwest team.
Yeah, ranked Northwest team, and so these kids have been giant killers all year, and we knew, I knew coming in, we had treated those girls this morning, but, Allie didn't get in bed last night, our starting pitcher, and there's only so far you can go.
Well, it's not just that you played late last night, Coach. It was games with so much emotion.
Absolutely.
The home runs against LSU, and then the Northwest game where they kept Coach, every time I looked up, you'd have a 1-run lead with 1 out and runners on first and second. You just kept finding a way.
Yeah, the kids never panicked. That was the big thing. And the thing that concerned me about LSU was we didn't match up good with their speed. I thought they were just a team built with all kind of speed, but I thought our kids stepped up to that. They did a real good job of matching the speed. Their slappers, when you face that many slappers in a lineup, you really get concerned. But I thought that our girls did a good job. I thought Allie in the circle did a great job. The hitting was phenomenal. When you hit 10 home runs in a 5-game series, basically.
Hey, it's like you guys like hitting in this park, I think, about as much as Co-Lin does. Y'all been second to them this week.
We hit the ball really well, and I think if we can continue to do that and we get a chance to get in through the process of at-large bids, I would really love that opportunity. I think this group's a special group.
I absolutely agree. And, I'm a big-time – I love Mississippi Junior College athletics, and I just always say, you're having a good year when you got kids moving on to the next level, especially you've got one going to Nichols, one going to UAB, one going to a really good Spring Hill program.
Absolutely.
So that
just open to a new conference too, which is going to make them a lot better.
Yes, and so it's great to see your players reaping the rewards, because I know last year you battled injuries this year, but I felt like last year was even worse, as far as injuries to your pitching staff.
It did. Last year was probably the toughest we had, and injuries got us at the end. Our staff is not healthy. We got an ulnar nerve issue and some things like that with Ballard, but I thought some of our
she was gritty yesterday.
Yeah, she was gritty, man, and little Mary, being a freshman, going out against those kind of hitters she faced and giving us 2 and 3 innings there. So I really feel like that, the future's bright. We're bringing in some great recruits to go with this group, and the core of this group's back. We're going to return our shortstop, our first baseman, our third baseman. We're losing a shortstop. We're losing a second baseman and a catcher that's going to UAB. But we got 2 coming in, yeah.
Pretty good. And look, I'm a big fan of this league, and I'll just say this, and we can end it with this. When you have a season where you split with Jones, you split with Pearl River, these nationally top 10 teams, you're letting people know they're like, hey, we're coming. We're on the rise. That's kind of what I feel for Southwest softball.
I think that the great thing about it is we're here, and they know what it feels like to be here. They know what it's like to move that sticker over there, and that's something that you build on, And when I took this thing over, I've been at Southwest going on 15, but I was assistant for 4, so going on 9 years ago. We've made the playoffs, never won in it. When it was it was a state championship.
That's right, the old state tournament.
The old state tournament, and we've been there, but never could get past. It was double elimination and our play-in, and so. But our girls showed up here, and they played with a lot of like they had been here before. And that's the way it's all about.
Yeah, a lot of heart from Southwest this week. That's Coach Shay Johnson. Coach, thanks for joining us on Y'all Sports Radio.
Thank you.
SuperTalk Mississippi Media Production.